rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world?
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? It's been in motion for me. Everything that I really wanted to happen for me in my life is actually happened because I spoke in existence and I made a plan and I'm going with it. So you know what I'm saying? I really like that and I appreciate it more because like you said, it's just the ride and all the experience to get to where I've got now, man, I appreciate it on a whole nother level because you know what I'm saying? It's been times where shit then got real, my back against the wall for all of us. And we still overcome the situation. We still been able to do what we want to do without no crazy ass sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? And you know, just be great. Like, it's beautiful.
I ain't gonna lie, I literally had to like take that whole step back maybe like 2 years ago because I had put so much pressure on the fact that like 30 was coming around the corner. And nobody ever said like, oh, you need to have X, Y, and Z by the time you turn 30. But that was the pressure I put on myself. Like I was like, by the time I turn 30, I don't want to be 30 not knowing what I'm doing. I don't want to be 30 not having this, that, and the third. Like I had built up this whole image of what 30 looked like that it scared me. Like I scared myself.
Hey,
and I literally had to be like,
that's the T right there.
And if you don't have none of this at 30, guess what? You're still doing great. You know what I'm saying? Like
they make you feel like you so behind in life if you don't got certain shit accomplished by 30. 30 is young, G.
30 is so young, bro.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, I know y'all, one of y'all talked about Jay-Z, like y'all like him as like a role model or whatever. He ain't even pop off till he was in his 30s. Like most people don't even really get a grasp of life to their 30s. And we feel like 30 is the end all. Like 30, like it's the time clock. If you don't make this last basket by 30, game over. Like, and that's not even how it works. Like we just literally gotta change the whole mindset of like the community. Like 30 is okay.
Yeah. I think like the reason why too, G, like just to keep it 100, like I feel like because of the fact that when you look at social media and when you look at a lot of this shit, they tell you like you're supposed to go to college, you get a decent job, and then you just figure it out from there. You know, but it's like the world has just changed. Like our shit different, G. And it's like us, we go through shit, bro. Like, you know, I understand where you're coming from about putting the limitations on yourself. Cause I do the same shit. Like I told myself by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have a dope ass career. I'm gonna be making over 200K, all that shit. And it's crazy because like you get to that point where you chasing this goal, but you don't even realize like, gee, this shit, the hustle ain't gonna stop. Like it's not, and you get addicted to it. And then too, like,
you gotta go.
Because you said something about hustle, right? I'm gonna let you finish though. Go ahead, because I interrupted you. Go ahead.
You good, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like you put that pressure on yourself, like, damn, G, you gotta have it figured out by 30. You listen to motherfuckers outside and you just trying to leave that imprint on you, and it's giving you pressure. And to be honest with you, you work so hard, you don't even get a chance to experience your 20s. And you wake up one day and you are 30, and it's like, damn, G, I just blew 10 years of my life not doing shit but trapping and working.
Yeah.
You know, not even knowing that like 30 is like your prequel, like it literally gets you in your faith. Like you walk into your next chapter. Like it's not that bad.
Yeah, but what I can say is what I think is really beautiful about our generation is the fact that we got less 9-to-5ers and more I'm gonna do what make me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us still, you know what I'm saying, like gotta work a 9-to-5, but we also doing other things on the side that genuinely make us happy. And I feel like that's what's so different between our generation and the ones before, because they will work their 9-to-5 and be at that job for 40, 50 years and okay with it and content with it. You know what I'm saying? But we like, no, I'm not about to be breaking my back for a company that will not care if I can't, you know what I'm saying? If I pass out on this floor right now, they ain't gonna send me no flowers. And I feel like that part, I can honestly say I'm super proud of us as a whole for grasping the fact that life is too short to live it years upon years and steady unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do what you want to do, man. You gotta break out of that mindset of I can't, or like you waiting for the perfect moment to do something. It'll never be the perfect moment. You
It
just
ain't
gotta
never perfect.
put the shit together. You know what I'm saying? Just like this podcast. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Mark about this shit for a minute, and even after I talked to him about it, I waited like a month or two before I even started and shit. But eventually, I just like fuck it. You just gotta put the shit together. You know what I'm saying? I wanted everything to be perfect and this and that. And when you try to make everything perfect, like you just gonna end up wasting a lot of time that you could have had.
Yeah. I feel like them best moments result from them leaps of faith. That's just like you don't even know how it's gonna end up, but it don't matter. You out here.
I
You
swear to
gonna
God.
grind. Just make sure you don't, you know what I'm saying, crash and burn. And if you do, get yourself back up.
I swear to God. And it'd be crazy too. Like, and that's the one thing I'm glad you said that too, because I feel like our generation got this thing called unconventional thought. And it's like, gee, we know the game. Like, it's not, we not finna work hard. We finna work smart. But yeah, we're gonna put the effort in, but we gonna do it smart. Because it's like you said, why, who the fuck wanna spend 40 years on a job barely getting by because your boss never gonna pay you the same amount that you get paid? It ain't gonna happen. So, you know what else? We just,
your back's hurting and shit.
yeah, G, like, I mean, I don't know. I just ain't really fucking with that shit. And like Kendrick, like you were saying, G, it's like, yeah, you got to take that leap of faith because it's never perfect. A crazy ass story, I swear to God, what got me into the industry and even doing shoes that really jump lifted my shit. G, I was doing shoes for like 3 or 4 years prior to like my first event. I listened to Herb's album. I kid you not. Matt was at my crib at the time. I'm in the basement just doing shoes. I listened to Herb's that Humble Bee shit, and I was like, this shit cold. How about I just fuck around and just make a Humble Bee shoe? I put that bitch on Instagram. That bitch went viral the next day. 3 months later, like I'm talking about consecutively, 3 months later out the blue, his people hit me up. 2 months after that, I wind up meeting them at the Patio Theater, and next thing you know, I'm doing shows for him. This was a 6-month time. This is like, what, 7 months altogether? That's half of a fucking year.
Bro, I remember when you first started that shit, and you came. You remember you came to the hoop session with like a Miami Vice shoe. I think it was like your first couple that you ever tried, and everybody was clowning this nigga at the gym. Oh, it looked like you spray painted, you put markers on them bitches, this and
you
that.
You just draw on shoes,
and it's like,
after
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, the shoe actually nice. In my head, I'm like, the same niggas that's clowning him is the same niggas in his inbox right now asking them for a pair of shoes.
Kid you not. I swear to
The
God.
same ones that's like was on his head about, oh man, these bitches is weak as hell, this and that. The same people that's asking for a custom.
Dick riding, lame as fuck. Dick riding, yep.
But you know that just go to show though, like it don't matter if you doing shoes, it don't matter whatever the fuck you do. Like when you have a vision for something, you just gotta get tunnel minded and just know where you going, where this shit gonna get you. Like it might not get you there when you want to go there, but it's gonna get you there eventually. And if anybody know me, like for example, y'all know me because of the fact that, you know, you guys work, you know, we lived around each other, we grew up together. When I met Kendra, it was like I met her at work. So, you know, some of the shit that I would be telling her, she'd be like, hell nah, no way. You dead ass finna do this shit. And then next thing you know, I go and do it. And the next day she like, damn, G, you really did that shit. Like this shit don't even sound right. Like I couldn't even imagine your ass doing this shit. But it
You say that. Hold on.
Who your ass used to be in that bitch like? You don't act like a famous person.
Mark,
I remember one day you used to tell me like you do not act like a famous nigga.
Okay. Now I might have said that, but I never never doubted your talent. Like, I'm not saying that. Do not put that in the internet world like I'm a hater.
No, like, oh my gosh, I'm not saying that you doubted it. What I'm saying is like you was just kind of shocked because of the fact that it happened. It didn't seem real. Like for me to say, damn, I just got done kicking it with some celebrities and then go to work the next fucking day and be a whole different person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, okay. When you say it like that sounds better, and that's correct.
But it's just because like I don't really this celebrity shit don't mean shit to me. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just know like I make dope ass art and people follow that shit and they fuck with it. But that's what I'm saying. Like with our generation, G, like we trap, like our generation is probably one of the best generations since damn near ever, because we more innovative.
We
Like,
find ways to make money, man. We find a lot of ways to make money, honestly.
That's
Doing
one thing
We're
anything.
great in our own perspective, but it's a lot of other generations that literally was popping their thing back then for their
Oh,
era.
for sure. I heard about that Atlanta shit that be going on. They used to go on like in like the 70s and 80s and shit. It's like this thing in Atlanta where all like the women like thoughts just all meet up in Atlanta for like a week.
You talking about
bro,
freak
you talking about
Freaknik?
I know what you're talking about,
Hopefully,
bro.
plan
It's a whole, it's
I
like a
know, I
whole
thought he
event
did
in
that.
Atlanta.
So deep.
Come to Atlanta. That doesn't make no sense.
I don't know what it's called.
Nah,
Y'all know what I'm
it's
talking
like-
about though, right?
I know what you're talking about. It's like, you know how we be having our Miami, like the colleges and shit when they go out to spring break for Miami.
Yeah,
G,
it's
it
like
be
it's
like-
called. So it's
I
like
thought they was
400.
talking
It's
about
called
Freaknik
like the
too.
400s. I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
It's
but all the
something, bro.
thoughts be
Oh,
there.
I'm finna-
Yeah.
I seen the shit on video, bro. I'm like, it's got to be a couple moms on this
I
bitch,
figure they still doing that now. I may have to take a trip.
bro. I don't know if they still doing it, but I seen like old videos, and I'm like, damn, G.
Well, it's something
Was-
talking about Freaknik, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, I think that. Yeah,
I
Freaknik.
think
That's
it's
what it's
Freaknik.
called.
It is Freaknik.
That's what it was called,
Bro,
Bro,
I
he
was
been saying that for 5 minutes.
15 times, bro. That's what
It's
you talking
Freaknik.
bro. I didn't. I'm my bad, bro. I ain't heat, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I'm still going off the fact I'm thinking you really finna drop some knowledge. I'm like, ooh, okay, Black History fact. Then he talking about Freaknik. Out of all the powerful
What the
things that
fuck?
we have done,
Shit's going slow.
he decides to bring up Freaknik.
Yeah, bro, you kind of threw me off with that shit. What the
Yo,
fuck?
Freak-
Like, what? Where were you going with this?
I was just saying, bro.
Come on, chill.
I was just
But
saying.
yeah.
No, you know how I got on that? Because Kendra, you was talking about some of the stuff that we be doing these days. You know, your parents, you said something about our parents was like fucking around too. You know what I'm saying? Doing wild shit back in the day. That's why I kind of brought that
When
up.
did I say that?
You said
Yeah.
that.
Bro, you putting her on blast, bro. She didn't even say that shit. You
No,
gonna
she
have-
said something like that, bro.
Bro, who the
I'm
fuck
telling
did you
you.
get that
Am I the
from?
only one
What have you
tweaking?
been
I'm
listening
tweaking.
to? What?
Yeah, she right. Freaknik. That's basically what he got from there.
Yeah, she over there.
I'm like, yeah,
doing
she
cookies
right.
over and shit. What the fuck?
Oh.
She was like, people for their generation back then was popping their shit. She ain't say nothing about what you just said.
Bro, this nigga just
See, I
think I
think
said
I took
something
that
wrong
wrong. I
with
think
it.
I
You
took
tripping.
popping they shit wrong. I think I took that in the wrong
Yeah,
context.
you been talking about being innovative and doing new things. Yeah, the last generation, they Wi-Fi. Come on now.
Yeah, see, yeah, I took it out of context. Popping that shit, I took that out of context. My bad.
That nigga like, don't stop, pop it.
Right, you feel me?
I just took that out of
That whole
that's
Beat
my
King
dirty
song, bro.
mind. My bad.
Somebody mama was out there in feline tube socks on and a white tee talking about do the took, bro. Funny as
Oh my god. With them fucking micro beads and shit.
yeah.
Oh,
The
Shorty
fucking
outside
bobs
double
and
decker.
shit. They was out there like a motherfucker.
Nah, but I mean, don't get me wrong though. Like they definitely was, but I feel like our generation, G. Anytime you got 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds that's making millions of dollars, G, you can't. Hell no, our generation the best one. Best one.
Yeah. Facts.
Like coming out the door, we making. You 12.
I mean,
years
I
old,
feel
and
like,
you
yeah,
putting
we
your
are
whole
making the
family.
most money in our generation, but I feel like we might have the most depressing generation too at the same time.
Hello, exactly.
That's
No, I'm not gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
I think we
ain't
do have the most depressed
Nah, bro,
generation
you
too, bro.
disrespectful with that. Nah, we ain't gonna say that.
That's disrespectful.
Because, bro, like the slavery, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
I'm not
Slavery was
talking
back-
about that.
the
I'm
50s,
just saying
40s,
like
nah, we ain't gonna do
it's
that.
a lot.
That was
It's
pretty-
like it's
Ooh, I lied.
literally like some women, they turn on their phones at a young age and they see how all these other different women look, and they feel like, oh, I have to look like this to get the attention that they get. Or
I agree.
guys, they look on social media and they be like, damn, I'm not doing shit with my life. Look at this nigga. He 19 and he got all of this. I'm depressed. You know what I'm saying? It's like visual shit on
Yeah.
social media makes you depressed on a daily basis.
But see, I agree, but I also feel like that also comes into how you're training and teaching your children in a real life situation. Because
But
it's like when you
But
give them
even if
that
you want to
who's
phone,
give
really
bro,
teaching their
their kids
children?
real life lessons.
Who's
but you
really
gotta
teaching
give
their
your kid real
children
life
like
lessons,
about
though.
social media? Like our parents didn't have social media, so they
Right.
can't teach us about social media. We have to learn the shit on our own.
That's no
But
excuse,
see,
bro.
even
That's no
that's
excuse.
the thing too. Like you give your toddler an iPad and shit, and there you go. There's your, you know what I mean? Like there's no
Yeah.
parenting no more. It's just
Right.
here's a phone, here's
Oh,
YouTube, here's this,
yeah.
here's that. Like you're not learning, you know, value.
But see, that's the problem. Nobody is teaching values anymore. That's the real
Exactly.
issue.
That's the
People in our
biggest-
generation
Really,
don't
though.
stand for nothing. Like, I'm not gonna say everybody, but the vast majority see social problems going on, don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody just swear they don't care about nothing. Everybody is F this person. I don't care what they got going on. Don't love nobody. Don't trust
I
nobody.
swear.
Only rock with my family and only two of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody
But-
put up this
Even
wall.
too,
Like
Mhm.
nobody want to unify. When I say nobody, I don't mean everybody, but you know what I'm saying?
But
Like the vast
mass
majority.
Yeah.
But
like-
but that's true. But you at the same time to play devil's advocate though, you got to think about it. Like, gee, like we live in a society of where so much shit is happening every time we turn around. We exposed to too much.
That
creates
No, not
depression
like
in
social
itself
media.
though.
Not like
Because you
social
feel
media,
left
G.
behind, bro. When too much shit is going on at one time, everybody doing shit, and then you looking at yourself and you like, damn, like, what the fuck am I not doing?
Right.
Right.
But that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Though. It desensitizes
there's
the
comparison
person.
to it and there's jealousy.
Yeah.
I agree.
Facts.
I mean, I'm here with you.
Since
I
they
just
don't
feel like
have
it
morals and
desensitizes.
stuff. They're not talk about that friend that got a business.
Mhm.
They're not willing to give, you know, people their flowers and shit. You know, it's always comparison, even with your homies. Like,
Comparison,
if
for
you're really
sure.
my homie, why are you gonna compare yourself to me? Come on now. Like,
I
I
agree.
can help you get that shit. Really, we can really work together. Like, why is there competition if you're my friend?
One thing I never really understood, if motherfuckers was really your friend, how come when you tell your friend what's your real passion, your real dream, they downplay that shit and be like, nah, you shouldn't do that. And you listen to, like, I hate that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why would that shit blows me,
I
G.
hate that shit.
I
That's
hate
because they projecting they own incapabilities on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
why,
the
bro.
stuff
Like,
the stuff that they
They're
can't imagine, then they don't believe what they can't see. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
I feel like we all was like gifted with a vision. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
all was gifted with a vision that we can only see. So when we tell somebody else about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might not think it's possible because they can never ever see something like that in their life. But you can see it though.
You're
Even
right.
to
It wasn't
project
their vision to see. If
something
it was
like-
for them to see, it would have been theirs.
I
And that's
agree.
just the moral of the story. You ever talking to somebody and they don't get it, they the wrong ones.
They the wrong one.
You gotta align yourself with people that see the vision, see the potential in the vision, and you can rock from there. Because everybody, and if you tell somebody something and they can't see it, that's just your indicator right there. They ain't gonna be in the next chapter.
Facts.
Mhm.
So they might
Absolutely.
as
Too
well
many
leave
people
at the
do
beginning.
get discouraged by their own friends.
Because then it'll be the same people this whole time hating from beginning to the end, the whole time you build, and when you finally make it, that be the people that the lady that killed Selena, she been hating.
Mhm.
You think that hating had
Hell
started
yeah.
after she made it? She was hating from the ground up, waiting on her opportunity to be like, all right, today's the day.
Mhm.
It's haters like that everywhere. And if you can get them out at the beginning, you'll save yourself a lot of heartache at the end.
Absolutely.
Facts.
And then too, it's just like you could honestly, low key, you could tell a motherfucker that's hating from the moment you tell them some good news.
Oh.
In the first 5 seconds off
For
their
sure.
reaction. The first 5 seconds off their reaction,
Mhm.
you know. Like,
Nah, for
like
real.
once that muscle retracts in the face and you start seeing it in the cheekbones right here, that's how you know they ain't with you. I'm serious. Look, just tell y'all boss some good news.
No,
Be
really
like,
though,
hey,
it
look,
does show in the face.
go to work and
for
tell
real.
y'all boss some good news and be like, hey, I found another job that's paying higher. Why just see what they say?
What? I pissed my boss off today when I went to work. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna need some morning shifts now, player. My other job paying me a little bit. Well, I didn't say they was paying me more, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here and work nights, so I need mornings over here.
Did he smile?
Fuck no. But he got my shit together.
There you go.
He got my shit together.
I can't wait to quit my motherfucking job.
I mean, that's the goal, G. Like, ain't nobody supposed to be no fucking working for a 9 to 5. We bosses around this bitch, bro. Everybody on this podcast is a fucking boss.
I can't wait to walk into work. I'm gonna walk into work and I'm just gonna be like,
goal.
"Gee,
That's what we're getting at.
But see, that's the thing, though, G. Like, that shit started here first. Like, when you unlock that bitch in here, everything else is cool.
Yep, that's true. I agree.
I'm so serious. Because, like, G, on everything, like, set goals for yourself, you can accomplish that bitch in 30 days. And you'll be surprised how powerful you are.
So what would y'all say, like, if you had to pick one thing, what would y'all say is the biggest factor holding somebody back from being their definition of successful?
Their self.
Y'all want to go first?
Yeah, their self, exactly.
Their self. That's self-explanatory right there. Their self.
That's really the only thing that'll stop you from doing anything.
I think
because if you let other things dictate your success, then I feel like you're not all there mentally into it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I say that too, and I don't know why, but I'm leaning more on insecurity too. Like low key, a lot of people be insecure and don't be wanting to go after shit.
I think it's the fact that
look at this. The thing.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Raina. My bad. I cut you off.
Oh no,
maybe I'm getting that shit.
Confidence. That's the thing too. How we were saying, like raised, right?
Mm-hmm.
Confidence is built. You know what I mean? And even too, like if you're growing up in a household where you're like constantly put down and your dreams always smash, and every time you tell somebody, or you go to your parent, the person that you're supposed to trust, and they're the ones putting you down, they're the ones giving you all this negativity, of course you're gonna grow up insecure and not like ability to achieve anything, let alone your look, you as a person. Like there's certain shit that you have to work on to even that's why I do agree that you are the only thing holding you back. Because if you just, you know what I mean, take a look at how you were raised and go into whole childhood trauma shit, yeah.
I think too, and I agree with everything you guys are saying. I feel like also it's the fear of failing, number one. Because sometimes it's the fact that when you think about how great it is, you tend to think like, damn, what if it don't work out? And that's where you fucked up, number one, because the moment you think about where it went wrong, it's gonna go wrong. Number two, it could also be like you said, the people you be around. It could be around your family. It could be the criticism, just because of the fact that the vision that you got and the ideas you have are meant for you. So it's like when you tend to give it out to the people around you, it's not, the energy isn't reciprocated the same way. So the only thing that happens when that shit happens, you just got to be mentally tough. You got to have that fucking dog in you.
That's built though. That's built.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely built.
But I think just kind of like what you just talked about a little bit, just honestly, the power of positive thinking. I don't think people talk about that enough. But like, honestly, if you sit somewhere all day and just think of every possible negative outcome, all of those things are going to attract themselves to you. You know what I'm saying? And people, until they get that change of mindset, you're going to always feel defeated. You're going to always, something's going to always happen. You know what I'm saying? You know how people be like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Well, guess what? Here come another. Because you didn't sit here and spoke it into existence.
Right.
Well, I'm guilty of that shit. I was always just like, I always knew I could do better, or I knew good things is coming, but I downplay it and be like, well, what if this shit happen? And then once I changed that around, it ain't been nothing but positive thinking. And I ain't been thinking nothing that like beautiful.
It's like just as easy as you could think of a negative outcome, think of what if it do work? Like just start saying that, like, what if it do work? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of complaining about this going on, make a plan to get up out that shit. Fix it, flip it.
Exactly.
No, for real.
Because look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be a whole testimony on this shit. Like you can sit up there and go through the punches of life because life gonna hit you. That shit gonna hit everybody. Believe it or not, behind these fucking Instagram posts, it's motherfuckers getting hit left and right. Stocks going down. We got inflation. Motherfuckers unhappy. You got depression. You gonna get hit, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna fucking save you. The only way you gonna get out of that shit is by picking yourself up and just creating your better outcomes. So like start thinking like, damn, G, if this is what I want, I can see how I'm gonna get it, and you piece that shit together. And another thing too, and just we as people, because I know our situations economically are all different. We all make a different amount. But guess what? If you hang around broke motherfuckers and motherfuckers is negative, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be the next motherfucker that's like that.
Draining.
Because I'm telling you, these
I
motherfuckers
agree
who
with
make real
that.
money.
The whole waiting.
Facts. Sometimes you got to create your next opportunity. That is very true.
You do.
No, but not for real. Like what y'all just said, I think that was probably the best lesson I ever learned in my entire life. As far as like, literally, it's nobody's responsibility to make sure you make it, to make sure you're successful, to make sure you're happy. You know what I'm saying? To make sure you're at peace. Until you take that accountability to really be like, I'm in control of my life. You're never going to have the control. Like I literally was probably the most depressed I have ever been in my whole life. Like 5 years ago when I like moved up by Chicago, and I'm thinking, you know, move. I'm like, this gonna be it. Like I'm gonna be everything. You know what I'm saying? That all of that excitement got there, and it wasn't nothing like I thought it was gonna be. Like it was all bad. Like I was so depressed, y'all, and it literally just hit me one day, and I was just like, who gonna make sure I'm happy? Who gonna get me out this depression? Me. Get yourself together. Like I literally had to, like, sometimes you really gotta talk to yourself like, bro, you acting dumb. Get right.
You do.
Like I really had to talk to myself like that, like, because you gotta take that accountability for the fact that your life is not going the way you want it to go, and then change it, fix it, make it go the way it's supposed to go. Ain't nobody else gonna do it, and ain't nobody else's job to do it.
True.
I was listening to like a Nipsey Hussle interview, and he was talking about kind of what you was talking about. He was saying like, you know, when too many people think about how they'll be once they achieve something, and it's like, don't like relocate and move somewhere else. Like, damn, I'm gonna be so much happier here. No, you gonna be the same person in a different area. Like you gotta deal with your shit. Whatever it is not, you could be happy in a chaotic situation. You just gotta figure your shit out. You gotta deal with your shit. Don't think that success is gonna make you happy.
Nice.
And shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. You move into a new state ain't gonna make you happy. You still gonna be sad as fuck.
Please tell all the people moving to Atlanta,
Texas.
Yeah, people.
Texas.
The move is not gonna do nothing for you. You just gonna be even more depressed there because
The
now you
idea
don't know
of a
nobody.
restart button.
Oh, you're just gonna be hot and depressed.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all about the intent of the action. You know what I'm saying? Like if you intend to, let's say you want to move to any of these places and you gonna make your dreams come true. Okay. Now, when you get down there and you realize it ain't what you thought it was gonna be, you still gonna fight and push to make sure your dreams come true, or you gonna realize that it's hard and run away.
Exactly.
Some people just gonna move to a new state.
That's the deal breaker right there.
But you know what? Just to go back on what y'all saying too, a lot of people will move out of their city, move into a new city, and then when shit's not going their way, they go back home and they end up back in the same fucked up scenario. Be mad as because, like you said,
now you even more depressed because now you like, dang, I done did all this, you know, telling everybody I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. I done came back now I'm salty. Salty with myself. Now I got people in town talking about like, yeah, you know, so-and-so back, they ain't make it. That town ate them up and spit them out. Like,
oh my God.
Now you got social anxiety. It just pile up on you at that point.
Then they talking shit about the state. Man, that state weak as hell. I went down there, this, and nah, bro. You was just weak as hell.
That's the thing, OG. Like, my biggest thing is whenever you want to do something, see that shit through, bro. Like, just see it through. Like, it's either going one or two things gonna happen. You either gonna man up or you gonna be a bitch and take it. That's it. And you gonna run away. And guess what? You can't run away from your problems because the step that you tried to take, you wound back 2 steps backwards.
Listen, I just want to say, for
Sometimes that's
whoever
how
watching this podcast and is going through this in their current state of life, keep going. Because you're going to hate yourself if you turn back and go back to wherever you came from. You just wasting time that's holding you back from getting where you're supposed to be. Life gonna always be hard. You want it to be hard while you on your way to making your dreams come true, or you want it to be hard at a standstill? Pick your heart.
I feel you.
Weather the storm. Weather the storm.
Pick your struggle. Because guess what? It's up to you. You came in this world.
Not even leave.
You feel me? Like, you want to struggle in a Bentley or you want to struggle in a 92 Cavalier that you got to roll
it might take a while for you to get that Bentley, but guess what? If you got to struggle in the Honda on the way to the Bentley, enjoy that Honda while you got it. Because somebody wish they had a Honda.
Facts.
Appreciate the moment, appreciate the process, and don't give up. Because it's going to be times where you feel like giving up. It's going to be months where you feel like giving up. It might be a whole year where you be like, bro, I did give up. But get back up and keep going, bro. Never go back.
Yeah, and then it's times that I'll be wanting to give up, but it's like I'm closer to where I'm trying to get than where I'm started. So it's too late to turn back. Because I already made steps towards. So me going back, it's gonna take too long to go back. I'm close to my goals right now.
Bro, and I swear to God, bro, like just speaking from my experience as a Black entrepreneur, like motherfuckers be thinking I got it set. Fucking lie. But I just be feeling like too, there'd be a lot of times when I be like, fuck G, I want to give up. But because of the fact I got a daughter now, it's like, nah, bro, that shit dead. And even without my daughter, I be like, damn G, I really just invested 8 years into this shit just to walk away from the game. Hell no. Y'all got me fucked up. We gonna turn this bitch up some more.
I had seen this one like illustration. So it had 2 people basically like digging for gold or whatever, right? So the one person had like found a little bit of gold and they was like, oh, okay. The other person, he was digging so much deeper, wasn't finding nothing. He take the time to be like, I'm gonna leave my side alone. I'm gonna go over here where I know the gold hidden, right? Don't even end up finding no gold over there, but whole time was on the brink of a larger jackpot on his side. So that just go to show you, you can't even be focused about what the person next to you got going on, because their success might be smaller than the success that's coming your way. If you stay on your grind, stay in your lane. Like, don't ever just feel like you gotta hop on somebody else's wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got something that you're excited about, that's your flow, stay there until it pop off. Because you trying to hop on somebody else's situation might not even work for you. It might not go nowhere for you. So now you done wasted all this time trying to be like them when the whole time you was designed to be exactly like you.
Exactly.
I think that'd be the thing. Like, people see everything. Let's just use the cryptocurrency, right? Okay, let's just say somebody quit they decide they want to quit their job and just hop into cryptocurrency, don't know what they doing. Might not even be their lane. They might not even need to be doing nothing with finances. Maybe their thing is literature. Maybe they need to write a children's book. But now you done hopped into this cryptocurrency, don't know what you're doing, you out of all this money, and you further away from the journey that you were supposed to be traveling down. Don't be that person that get so hyped up on the I want to be like them that you lose your own path. That's the real thing. Like, it's so many different avenues of, you know, the way people popping off, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of this stuff that they, whatever is trending, they hop on it when that might not even be their thing that's gonna pop them off. Sometimes you need to create the trend instead of just trying to follow it.
Absolutely.
Even too, because nobody can do you like you do you. And nowadays people appreciate authenticity. Not even nowadays. I mean, it should have been, but I mean, especially now. Even the whole like professional photo shoot, that's dead. Just take a video of your product. You could be smoking on your videos talking about like real life shit, and people are gonna listen to you because it's real.
Facts.
And that's the thing too. Like that's what I love so much about this podcast and this show, is because it's not bullshit. Like, it's real. Like, we keep it very organic, and it's like we just tell the struggles, the situations, the success, the funny, all that shit. But it's dope because it's real. Like, it's no bullshit. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day, we all human, and that's what's gonna last the longest. Like, real stays in, it's longevity. Shit, I look at the rap game a lot because it's like, I kind of compare that to more real life, because you have a lot of artists that tend to do shit that's gimmicky, and they be one hit wonders, or they do shit that is trendy and they only hit for 2 years, a year, versus the rappers that can be here for like 10 years, 20 years. Like Gucci, for instance, that's a prime example. The nigga that went to jail, came back, did all this shit, and just dropped the album with Dirk the other day. I mean, a song with Dirk the other day. Nigga been in the game for 20 years. It's because of the fact that you yourself. When you be yourself, G, can't nobody be you but you.
Right.
So turn the fuck up and be you.
Even too, talk about real shit.
Yeah,
Like J. Cole, he talks about real life shit. I barely started listening to Drake, and he talks about like some real shit. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Drake? I thought he was just like R&B, some sad type shit, but no, he talks about real life. If you're talking about, you know what I mean, making money, fucking bitches, having a big group, like, come on now. I mean, I could get with it. I could dance to it. I can. But on a real level, I'm not going to listen to your shit every day, because, like, that's the type of shit, like, subliminally that's being sent to me that I'm going to be more interested in and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that shit can be played at the club, but on my way to work, I'm playing Cardi B, and it's not even no new Cardi B. I mean, granted, girl, I like Cardi B, K, I love you, but still, I'm not listening to WAP on my way to work. I'm listening to Money, or I'm listening to Get Up 10. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
I got
crazy.
you. I mean, cause like, G, like when it's organic and when it's real, that shit just stick. Like, and then the crazy thing about it is, when you real, you inspire motherfuckers, and it be motherfuckers that try to be just as real and do the same thing that you doing. So now, guess what? When you put out the content, and whenever you do, now you gotta follow. Like, when you think about that shit, it changes the game. And there's nothing wrong too with being inspired by somebody. Like, it's not. Sample, but make it yours.
But I like that though. I like thinking about it as you inspiring people rather than thinking of them as followers, because you inspire them to be themselves. Like, because remember how I was saying earlier, right? Like, you don't know where they came from. You don't know if their parents put them down and shit. And now that they see somebody who is confident, who they can be their self around, and they know that they're not going to be judged, they feel more comfortable within themselves, and they see you as an inspiration. I'm not going to think you're on my tail or anything like that, or you trying to be like me. I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I fuck with you because, like, we vibe, you know what I mean? It's there, it's authentic, it's
yeah, I agree. And then too, it's like, and this is like why I say the way social media is, and how you can kind of cheat the game of just life. Like, when you look at these motherfuckers who have all this money, the nice fucking G50 cars, the shit to be rented, even if it's not rented, when they post that shit, the only thing that creates is envy. The person is envious of what the fuck you got. They don't really care about who you are. They just care about what you got. But versus the person who's organic, who actually wants to, you can really relate to. They follow you. Like, they enjoy you. Like, they can relate because they're going through the same problems, the same issues that you're going through. That's one reason why, like, I can relate to a J. Cole song, a Kendrick song, a Drake song. Like, it's more relatable. Yeah, they got money, but it's the story behind that shit.
Facts.
And like, when you tell a story, and that's the thing too, it's like, when you tell a story and people understand your story, they gravitate more to you because you're no different than the next motherfucker.
Not at all.
And then you talk about getting out of the struggle, that gives you hope. That gives you hope, like, damn, if they did it, maybe I can too. And Absolutely. They're talking about the struggle. Like, I heard songs talking about, you know, having roaches at the house and shit, eating cereal, you know what I mean? Like, down and out and shit. And now they're here making money. You see them on TV, like, man, that's such an inspiration, because it's like, I can get out of this too.
Absolutely. And then too, another thing that I want to touch on with that shit too is just, like, no matter what you're doing in life, you got to enjoy the moment, because that moment gonna pass by like that. And, you know, and it's like the success, the fun, it's all rented. Like, even when, think about it like this, in the workforce, the person that works an average everyday job, right? You bust your ass to the point where you make $19. But 3 years ago, you was making $12 or $11. Enjoy those moments that you making that. Like, yeah, it's not $100 an hour. Yeah, it's not $40 an hour, but shit, you further than you was when you was making that $12.50, barely catching a fucking bus.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta enjoy the moment, because when it's gone, it's gone.
YouTube is hitting home right now with the roaches and the 1250. I promise YouTube is hitting home right now. I promise you.
Oh, that shit real, bro. Like,
It
real.
is for
Be real. People don't really understand it. Like, that shit is real.
like when you can look back and but that's the thing
I like
too, and
that
that's why I
about the being
said,
present though, because we miss a lot of opportunities by. Go ahead.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Okay, because all right, because you know how well even too Kendra was talking about being present in the moment. We missed a lot of opportunities, even throwing your friend shot with somebody like, oh, I liked her shoes, but you didn't say nothing because I don't know, you're going grocery shopping, you're thinking like, where the fuck is the bacon? Like, you know what I mean? Where the fuck is the bacon, bro? Where's the bread at? You just pass them by and shit. Like, there's so many people that I thought were cool, but since I was thinking about other shit, or since I just thought I was too busy, I just passed them by. You know what I mean? That's a business opportunity you could have missed out on. That's a lifelong friend. Even too, like, not telling the people that you love them because you're too much on the grind. Like, you miss out on years.
I swear to
with your
God.
family.
Hey, you just on point right now. You don't understand how much you on point.
It's true. It's 100% true, and it's crazy because like I was listening to the Weeknd album, but there's a snippet on there with Jim Carrey. It's called Phantom Regret. So basically, like he was just sitting up here saying like how, time is only rented, and when it's time to go, like, do you really want to go? Like having that grudge, was it really worth it? Like, nah, gee, like do what you gotta do and just stay who you is, just keep trapping. But just to wrap everything up, guys, this was a very phenomenal podcast. So wrapping everything up, this is Kami from Chaotic Customs.
Matt.
Oh my bad, Matt. All right, I'm Kendra. Y'all can follow me on IG at _KennyK_.
I'm Raina.
And I'm the boy Juice.
I ain't gonna put my stuff on there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we finna close this shit up because it's damn near 4 a.m. I need to go to bed.
What you said? Because I gotta get to that 9 to 5. Y'all tripping.
For sure.